battlefield of Veyrun 9 smoldered beneath a rust-colored sky. Smoke from shattered plasma cannons coiled upward, blotting out the suns. Among the rubble moved Lieutenant Eris, a human combat medic, his armor dented, his hands red with the blood of both allies and enemies. To most of the coalition, humans were little more than cannon fodder, short-lived, fragile and endlessly sentimental. Commander Tavor, towering with obsidian scales and cold violet eyes, voiced this disdain openly. "Humans," he sneered as Eris patched a wounded ally. "Your hearts beat fast but fail fast. Weak flesh, weaker will." Eris didn't rise to the insult. He'd heard it before on every front. His people were mocked for their mortality, their so-called fragility. Yet he knew something Tavor didn't. The human heart could outlast despair itself. That truth was about to be tested, as enemy forces gathered on the horizon, and the order to advance came down. The command crackled through comms. "Forward line, advance." Plasma fire lit the ruins as enemy shock troops stormed their position. The coalition faltered, shields collapsing under the barrage. Commander Tavor barked orders, his contempt sharpening. "Put the humans in front. Their soft hides might buy us a minute before they fall." Eris felt the weight of his unit's eyes. Fear, yes, but also defiance. He tightened his grip on his rifle and rose from cover. "On me," he said. Without hesitation, his squad followed. They surged through the smoke, their charge reckless by alien standards. Laser fire ripped into them, cutting down 2 instantly, but still the humans pushed forward. They laid suppressive fire, buying the coalition precious time to regroup. Tavor sneered from behind the line. "Foolish. Their hearts beat loud in fear, but soon they will fall silent." Then came the moment that silenced even him. Eris was struck, chest torn open by a blast that should have ended him instantly. He collapsed, gasping, his body broken. Tavor approached with grim satisfaction, expecting death's stillness. But what he heard instead was impossible. From the human's torn chest came a faint, steady rhythm, thump, thump, thump. The heart, though mortally wounded, refused to stop. For the first time, Tavor's eyes widened, not with contempt but with unease. Around him, alien soldiers shifted nervously. The battlefield seemed to pause, as if the universe itself was listening to that defiant beat echoing against death. The sound spread like wildfire. Soldiers nearest to Eris swore they could hear it, not just through the air but through the ground, through their bones. A heart that should have stopped was still hammering out a rhythm of defiance. Rumors sparked mid-battle. "Humans fight beyond death," whispered a Karathi gunner, disbelief shaking his mandibles. Even the enemy hesitated, unnerved by the unnatural persistence. Tavor's composure fractured. He'd spent cycles ridiculing humanity. Yet here lay a truth that unsettled him. Fragile, perhaps not. Something deeper animated these creatures. Something no dissection report or military dossier had captured. Eris's squad refused to abandon him. Under fire, they dragged his body back, their cries echoing. As long as one heart beats, humanity fights on. Their voices rose above plasma fire, raw and unyielding. The coalition line, once crumbling, steadied. Alien soldiers who had scorned the humans now found themselves inspired, drawing courage from the sight of frail figures charging headlong into fire for the sake of one fallen comrade. The enemy, shaken by superstition, faltered in their advance. For the first time, Tavor intervened not with disdain but hesitation. He shielded a wounded human soldier with his bulk, his instincts betraying him. And as he stood there, hearing that steady rhythm echoing against the chaos, Tavor could not escape the gnawing thought. Perhaps the human heart was not weak flesh at all, but a force that could bend the tide of war. The enemy regrouped, their banners rising over the ruins. Heavily armored shock beasts lumbered forward, plasma cannons mounted on their backs. This was the final push, meant to crush the coalition once and for all. Tavor clenched his jaw, staring at the humans. Broken, bloodied, half their number gone, yet not one retreated. They rallied around Eris's body, their movements synced not by orders but by something primal, a rhythm beating inside them all. The officer's chest tightened. He realized he could hear it too, not just Eris's heart but many. Dozens, maybe hundreds. A chorus of defiance, each thump hammering against inevitability. It wasn't natural sound, it was something felt, resonating through willpower itself. "Courage isn't about how long you live," Eris had once told him during a march, but what you do before the last beat. And now, that creed lived on in his squad. The shock beasts unleashed hellfire, collapsing walls and scattering debris. In response, the humans surged forward in a suicidal charge. Plasma tore through them, yet they did not break. Their rifles blazed, grenades arced, and with each fallen soldier the survivors grew more ferocious. Tavor's soldiers hesitated, caught between fear and disbelief. The alien commander roared, "Follow them!" For the first time he wasn't mocking, he was inspired. The coalition surged as one. United by the humans' defiance, species that once doubted them now charged alongside. The enemy wavered under the relentless assault, unnerved by the humans' refusal to die quietly. In that storm of fire and blood, humanity paid a terrible price. But their sacrifice shattered the enemy's line, driving them into retreat. As silence returned, only one truth remained in Tavor's mind. Humanity's hearts were not weak. They were unyielding. The battlefield lay in ruins, littered with the bodies of friend and foe alike. Smoke curled into the reddened sky, but the enemy was gone, driven back by the charge no one had believed possible. Tavor stood among the wreckage, his gaze fixed on the fallen medic. Eris's chest was still, the faint heartbeat silenced at last. Yet in Tavor's mind the echo remained, a phantom rhythm pounding in defiance of silence. Around him, coalition soldiers, alien and human alike, spoke in hushed tones. No longer did they mock. They carried the wounded with reverence, whispering of humanity's courage. The fragile species once dismissed as weak had earned a place among warriors. Tavor straightened, raising his clawed hand in a rare salute to the human dead. "Weak hearts? No," he muttered, voice low but steady. "Unyielding hearts." And for the first time he believed it. Word of the battle spread across the front. Soldiers whispered the tale with awe. Fear the human heart, it beats even after death. Enemies grew wary, their commanders unsettled by reports of humans rising when they should have fallen. Tavor carried the memory with him, haunted, yet changed. He pressed for humanity's elevation within the Confederacy, not out of pity but respect. Still, a question gnawed at him. Was that heartbeat only defiance or something more? Weeks later, deep space sensors detected strange pulses, rhythmic, steady, unmistakable. Echoes vast and distant like 1,000 human hearts beating among the stars.